一刀流居合獅子孫孫
うっせえ行こうお前は俺の仲間だ
何も分かった。
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So this request today comes from a couple subscribers. The first one being from the man himself from Naruto, one of the greatest villains of all time, Uchiha Itachi, and the other user being Alvin Claw. Now Itachi has asked me to try out Ashi, which as we know is a great recent soccer anime. And Alvin Claw has asked me to try out Inazuma 11, which is an older soccer anime. So I thought I would fulfill both of these requests and watch both of these anime, which is what I've been doing over the last few weeks. Although to be honest, I have not finished Inazuma 11 because it is very long and there's many seasons and spin-offs. But I've at least tried it. I did finish Ashi, at least the season 1, which came out recently, so up to date in the anime in that. So I thought I would combine these two because they're very similar and make a video about the top 5 soccer anime of all time. Naturally with these two included. Now, big caveat on this is my personal top 5. So, obviously, you may disagree. And it's probably a weak top 5 because now that I've seen or tried these two, I've only seen 5 soccer anime. So this is my personal top 5. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So starting off with number 5, we have Clean Freak, Aoyama-kun. Now this one's fine. I tried it. It came out a few years ago. As far as I'm aware, it only has a season 1. To be honest, I didn't finish it. Like, it's okay. It's fine. Nothing amazing. I probably just got a bit bored and didn't bother to finish it. It simply wasn't as captivating as some of the other sports anime out there. And Aoyama, however you pronounce it, the MC I didn't find him very interesting. So I never really looked forward to watching that show or trying more, so I didn't last long in that. But, like, it's fine. Bit of soccer action, bit of humour, but yeah, that's probably at the bottom of my list today. At number 4, apologies to Alvin Claw, is Inazuma 11. Now this one's got a nice spirit to it. You know, very wholesome, very fun. You know, we've got the co-stars, Naruto and Dr. Stone. And if you don't get the joke, the main character in Inazuma 11, the goalkeeper, is voiced by the same voice actor who did Naruto, which is a very iconic voice actor out there. And then the side character looks just like Dr. Stone, but a bit grumpier, and doesn't have the green bit in their white hair. This anime, like I said, I haven't watched all of it. For me personally, it was a bit too kiddie. I felt like I would really love this if I was 10 years old, you know, or probably younger. And I'm pretty sure they're all meant to be in high school, but it's just the state of the world where everyone is incredibly short. Yeah, I just couldn't help feeling like I was watching a show about preschoolers playing soccer. And the other thing was that the superpowers were a bit too over the top. I mean, even in, like, the first, second episode, they're, like, jumping, 50 meters in the air, like, floating, doing a triple team super kick and blasting the keeper into the goal, like, you can't stop it. Like, it's going through him, straight at him, and it pushes him, sends him flying. Like, don't get me wrong, I like the idea of superpowers in anime, even, you know, sports anime, but this is a bit too much. It's like, okay, that's obviously unrealistic now. Whereas ones like Kuroko's Basketball, for example, which is my favorite sports anime of all time, that has, like, superpowers in its own way, but they're not too unbelievable. Like, don't get me wrong, they're ridiculous, and if they existed in the world today, they would be some of the best basketball players of all time, like not being able to miss a shot, for example. But they're not so unbelievable. It's like, that's possible, but no one's gonna do it. And then also in the world of Kuroko's Basketball, they treat it like it's a normal thing, and that player's just a freak. But yeah, so Inazuma, a little bit too kiddie and unrealistic for me, but like, it's a fun, enjoyable watch, so I'll have it at number 4 today. Now, third on my list, talking about wholesome anime, is Days, which is a very wholesome soccer anime. Very much about the team spirit, fighting, never giving up, that sort of thing. Days is good. It's enjoyable. Gosh, it really makes you want to run. Because the main character has never played soccer before, he somehow gets into this really good team, and he's terrible, which doesn't really make sense. But his sort of main ability is that he's super fit, and all he does in his free time is just run and run and run and do laps. And so in the games, he just runs. He runs and he runs, and that's how he makes a difference. And just watching him run, like, non-stop for episodes in the rain and bad weather when he's already sore, it, like, makes you want to run, which was pretty cool. And yeah, his yelling in the show is great. Seiseki, fight! At the top of his high-pitched lungs. Not that I can talk with my high-pitched voice. But yeah, so the MC himself, like, you know, his fighting spirit was pretty cool. His personality was a bit too kind and boring in my opinion, but like, it's a solid show, Days. It's not too exciting like some of the next couple anime I'm gonna name, but it's like solid. It's better than the other two, but it's not the best either. Now at number 2, thank you for the recommendation, Itachi, is Ashi, which is good. It's good. It's modern. I actually didn't know until I finished it that it only like just came out. I think it was earlier this year, so it's a very recent simulcast. Now, this one has very interesting characters. That's probably its strongest factor. Like, the cast is interesting. Every character gets a good little side story, good backstory, has their own motives, and it's nice when they all sort of start to come together. So I did really like that. Obviously, it's recent, so the animation looks good, the voice acting is pretty great, there's a little bit of romance in there, although the main character would disagree. So overall, it's pretty good. Honestly though, among soccer anime, I think I find it probably the most frustrating. Out of all the MCs, I think this MC, as in Ashito, he definitely sulked the most. Like, probably on 8 different occasions, he would just say, "Oh, I'm worthless, I'm terrible, I can't do anything, I'm horrible, blah blah blah. Can't believe I can't do this basic skill," or something like that. Whereas in the other soccer anime, the MC normally goes through that maybe once or twice, or there's very brief moments, but yeah. There was a lot of sulking in the show, which I wasn't the biggest fan of. I was like, come on, you know, let's get on with it. I was a bit impatient, but and some of the plot points I wasn't the biggest fan of. Spoilers if you haven't seen it, but pretty much at one point the coach tells the main character to stop being a striker and become a defender, with his idea being that he can like see the whole field with his, you know, eagle eye. Again, shout out to Kurokos. And he's essentially gonna become a really good playmaker as a defender in the future. Now while that makes sense and like, you know, we get the team spirit, it's probably less interesting as a viewer, but you know, he does slowly work out the way to still attack as a defender, so you know, whatever. But that's just something I was like, not the most interested in. And the last thing I'll say about this is, as a former soccer player, the over-analysis of very, very basic skills was a little bit annoying. So, simple things, just being able to control the ball, or turn, or play a 1-2 or first-time pass. And they talked about it for like 10 minutes, some of these, like explaining it in so much detail. And it's like, man, these are just absolute basics. Like, yeah, I know, you know, the main character grew up in the country, didn't learn all this, but sometimes you just got a little bit bored. But excluding those few points, the anime itself is still very interesting and quite exciting. And like I said, it has a great cast. So it's an overall good watch. But now, number 1, and this should be an obvious one based on the recent videos I've been making, is Blue Locked, which is insane. Oh my goodness. Like, if I could use one word to describe this anime, it would be hype. Oh my gosh, like, every episode is hype or has something interesting. There's no lull periods. There's no filler arcs. It's just hype, man. Oh my gosh. I think it's so well done. Like, I love the cast. Each episode, similar to how Ashi, has their interesting quirks and personalities and driving factors. And Isagi, the main character, is hella cool. Like, he's such a nice dude, but like in the heat of the moment, this monster takes over, essentially. And he becomes ruthless and badass. Oh, it's so cool, man. Gosh. But yeah, one big thing that makes Blue Lock so interesting is it's very unique. Like, in pretty much all sports anime, regardless of the sport, it's usually about team spirit. playing together, trusting your teammates, never giving up. Whereas Blue Lock is like, nah, screw that. Like, I am the team. It's like, no, you're gonna be competing against all these other people until you are the last one standing. You must take the final shot. It's all about you, sort of thing. Which is so cool, like, I did not expect that. And the idea of Blue Lock itself, like this lockdown dormitory building where you get the 300 best strikers in Japan, and say only one of you is coming out of here and you're gonna be the next big thing, and the other 299 you can never play for your country. Like, that's crazy, man. Imagine that in real life. Oh my gosh, it's such a cool idea, man. So yeah, like, I don't really have anything to complain about with Blue Lock. Like, the pacing is incredible. It's so fast, almost too fast, especially if you're watching One Piece at the same time. The animation is great, as we know it's coming up right now. Like, there's CGI in the background, but it doesn't take anything away from it, in my opinion. The story is awesome, the characters are great, the music is awesome in some of those hype moments, great OST selection, and of course the action is good as well. Like, we're only 11 episodes in, and it's like already up there in my favorites all time. I can't believe it. Man, I am loving it. So there you go, dude. My top 5 soccer anime. Number 5 being Clean Freak Aoyama-kun, 4 being Inazuma 11, 3 being Days, 2 being Ashi, and 1 being the goated Blue Lock. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. If you're interested in some of my similar videos, I did a recent one which was, if you like Blue Lock, you should try out these 3 sports anime, and one of them is Kuroko's. So if you're interested in some similar non-soccer anime, check that out. And I also made a short recently talking about the best anime this season, and you can probably guess which one's been my favourite so far. But yeah, so thanks for watching. If you have any ideas or requests for future videos, just like Itachi and Alvin Claw in this one, leave a comment down below and I'll give it a go. Otherwise, thanks for watching once again, and I'll see you next time. Alright, thanks guys, cheers.